Hello everyone and welcome to Super Mario Bros. 3 on the Super Nintendo. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is what many people consider to be the single greatest Mario game of all time. What do I think? My personal favourite is the fourth Mario game in the franchise, but I'll be getting to that at a later date. But yeah, this, folks, is the most popular of the Mario games statistically. Most people I know of love this game. Everyone I know loves this game, and I love this game. It's a good game. Now, as you can see by here, I am playing as Luigi yet again because he is number one. Oh, you don't mess with Luigi because Luigi messes with you. Anyway, there's no difference between playing as Mario or Luigi. They're both exactly the same, and using my editing prowess, I'm not showing Mario at all in this playthrough, so this is Luigi's run, folks. And if anyone's here wondering how to play as Luigi, basically, it's the same as in the first Mario game. You select two-player mode, and player 2 gets to play as Luigi. And if you have the Super Nintendo version, or at least the European Super Nintendo version, because every time I tried the American one, stuff didn't work. Or it could be just the fact I was on an emulator with that. Either way, you don't need a second controller that plays Luigi. You just kill off Mario and there you go. It's pretty good. I think you need a second controller on the original NES version, but hey, that's for another thing. Anyway, in terms of controls are exactly the same as previous Mario games. You have the A button or B button to jump, and press the X or Y button to run. And of course, now we're introduced as well to a new power-up. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of Nintendo's favourite power-ups to reuse, or at least a variant of this is Nintendo's favourite power-up to reuse. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the raccoon form, which you get by picking up a super leaf. And what this raccoon form does is it allows you to hover a little bit in the air, so you can sort of pseudo-glide, I suppose. And you can also, well, fly if you run fast enough. As you see at the bottom of the screen is the new little gauge that's been added to this game, and this here is a running gauge. When it reaches full power, the P icon, what does P stand for? Hell if I know, but they'll start flashing, and when it flashes, well then if you jump you can start flying, and you can only fly when you have a power-up like this one, or power-up we're going to be getting way later on in the game, but is that. Anyway, P switches, they are quite interesting mechanics. Basically what they do is they turn coins into blocks, which you could use in order to get through that pipe where I was just at, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. Now, one thing I want to give this game props for in particular though is the music. Oh my god, the music of Mario 3 is just, the soundtrack is just so upbeat, it's so amazing. And Star? No! I lost the invincibility star. I gotta use that. Why would I use that in this level? It's absolutely beyond me. Because the ending is right here. But anyway, this is the first world, so as you can imagine, all the levels in this world are fairly simple affairs. And you're gonna see me not really fail much in this entire LP, because every failure I've had, I've cut out. So yeah, you're not gonna see many deaths. I may include one or two funny ones, it depends. I'm not entirely through with the editing yet, but hey, one of the new features of this game as well is that you can actually pick up shells, Koopa shells. Whenever you jump on a shell, if you hold down the run button, you can actually pick it up, and you'll be able to take it wherever you want. You can take it wherever you please, which is pretty swell. And of course, if you go by here, you have these basically you have these new blocks, well, with not note blocks. Actually, yeah, the note blocks. What am I on about? Basically, if you jump on those blocks, you'll be able to jump higher if you push the jump button at the right time. And as you saw, there's a hidden one. If you jump on, it takes you to this little mini game. Yeah, I'm gonna go with mini games. It's like a mini game sort of deal where you're just sort of chilling out in the clouds up here, collecting coins. I gotta pay the bill somehow. Okie dokie. But anyway, one of the best things about this game is actually the end of level sort of course cleared segments, which I kind of didn't do the good job there. But every 3 levels you have an automatic 1-up basically. And when you get to those sections, basically if you run all the way towards the little ending section and jump at the right time, you'll pretty much always be able to get a star card at the end of each level. Now if you get 3 star cards, you get 5 1-ups, which is 5 extra lives, and it's beautiful. Otherwise, you get either 1 extra life or I'm actually not entirely sure how many extra lives you can get if you get flowers, but you can also get 2 extra lives from mushrooms, so it's pretty good. It's quite an interesting little feature. It gives you a little bit of a timing game if you want to bother doing the timing. I usually can't be bothered with the timing, so there's that. Anyway, hope you guys like scrolling levels. I'm not a big fan. Oh, at least there's an extra 1-up for that. One thing I'll give this credit for is... One thing I'll give this game credit for, I missed out an entire word then, is extra lives. This game isn't easy. I consider this to be the hardest out of the classic Mario series. Harder than Mario 1, harder than Mario 2. Not harder than Mario Lost Worlds, but that's because Lost Worlds is just evil. But, yeah, out of the mainline games that have been released in this country, this is the hardest one. But, fortunately, the game is very good and giving you tons, and I mean tons of extra lives. If you get tons of extra lives, you can basically die as many times as you want and you won't have to worry about it. Like, later on in the LP, you're going to see me with something like 50-something lives, something ridiculous, so there's that. Anyway, that was the first auto-scroll level complete, and these enemies by here, the Boomerang Brothers, they're kind of a nuisance to take care of sometimes because they throw these boomerangs at you, which, for the longest time, I used to think they were throwing socks at you because they don't look like boomerangs. Take my laundry! Die, fiend! Oh no, he's throwing socks at me. What do I do? Mario! Anyway, pretty much, I'm not entirely sure about the later worlds, but pretty much one world's going to be one part in this game. It takes me about 20 minutes to beat each world, give or take. So, yeah, Bob's your uncle. And that little mini game there, you're going to see that quite often. Basically, you have to push the button at the right time, and sort of line up each of the panels, that's the one, to try and make a shape of a mushroom, a flower, or a star. I've only ever succeeded at that thing once, and it was getting a mushroom, which gives me 2 extra lives. The amount of extra lives you get depends on what you collect, so there's that. Anyway, if you have this raccoon feather and you jump up above this wall here, there's me jumping to go and say that, basically, you'll be able to get yourself a secret item. Why am I not doing that? Because I'm showing off every level, and that secret item is a warp whistle, which allows you to warp to a completely new world. So I'm not going to bother. In fact, a lot of people only really know that exists, probably because of the movie The Wizard, which in and of itself is pretty... It's not the best movie in the world. I'm just going to be perfectly honest. But, the whole film basically serves as a giant advertisement for this game when it came out, so... Yeah. But with that, we have beat Boom Boom, the first mini-boss, I assume, of the game, and cleared the first fortress. Now, Boom Boom, you're going to see him a lot, and the tactic to kill him is the exact same as it is every time you see him. Basically, boop him on the head, you're going to get into a spiked spiked shell mode, where you can't hurt him again. Wait for him to come clean, so you can hit him again and boop him on the head. And, Boop's your uncle, because, you know, get it, Bob's your uncle, but I said boop instead. Oh, I'm so witty. Anyway, an extra hidden block by here, so it's time to get more coins. Now, just like in previous Mario games, 100 coins is equal to an extra life, and there's actually a special level you can get in this game where unfortunately I wasn't able to show it off in this playthrough because it's pretty much random on how you get it. There is a way to actually force it to unlock, but you need to be really lucky to get the score and time counter the way it is, so it's just boil it down to luck. Where it's basically a golden pirate ship that floats in the sky, and it's basically a level filled with nothing but coins, and it's pretty interesting. No, get away from me! Oh, you hit Luigi. Oh no! That hurt. Anyway, there's that level done, so it's time to head on, and hopefully we can get ourselves a mushroom. Yes! We got ourselves a mushroom. Now, if you know how to manipulate those cards at the end, you pretty much guarantee yourself 5 lives every single chance you get, which, in most playthroughs, I get 5 lives every chance I get. How don't I pull it off in this playthrough? My Super Nintendo wasn't being my friend. That's how. Boop. But anyway, yeah, the new feature for having picking up the shells is so useful. Though. I don't mean to be a shellfish person. Get it? But it's a very nice feature. It's a very nice ability. It adds quite a bit to the game. Like, gives you a little bit more tactics you can use. And for the most part in this game, the main power-ups you're going to really actually see are either the fire flower or this raccoon leaf. I don't know why you don't see much of the other power-ups from the series. Actually, then again, at this point in the franchise, there aren't really that many power-ups, are there? Let's think. There's a super leaf, there's a fire flower, there's an invincibility star. Okay, never mind. There's not many power-ups in the first place. I don't know where I'm going. My train of thought just completely went off. But anyway, like I said, you get 3 cards to the same, and you get a bonus, like this one I got, an extra 1-up. Ooh! Gotta get that 1-up of the competition. Anyway, whenever you get a certain amount of score, this little mini-game will pop up by here, and it's a game of match. So basically, you need to flip over a couple of these card panels, these end spade panels, and basically try and match 2 items. For every item you match, you actually unlock that item and use it in your inventory, which is a system I haven't really explained yet. Which is quite useful actually, because you can get tons of items out of it. So these are your toad houses, we've seen one of these earlier in the video. I just didn't talk over it. Basically, you pick a box, you get a random item out of each box, and as you can see by there, the items go into a little inventory thingy. Push the Y or X button on the map to activate the inventory, and you can basically store items to use later on in the game. It's really useful. I make use of it quite a bit during this playthrough, at least in the later levels, and you can store up to 4 rows worth of items in that little inventory system, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, time to go to the castle, and
oh, it's terrible! The king has been transformed! Please find the magic wand so we can change it back!
oh god. So with that, that is basically leading us to Bowser's Doom Ships. The main, basically end of world level even. You're going to see throughout most of these worlds, and most of these, actually all of these, are auto-scroll levels where you're going to be bombarded by bullets. I don't know, but the music, oh, it's so good. I love the music of the airship themes. It's such a good song. It's a bit overused in this day and age because every Mario game under the sun in the modern day tends to use this song, but I don't know, it's so atmospheric. I don't know, I just love this level. I just love this level trope, and I'm kind of glad that 3D World and 3D Land brought this level trope back. At least I think 3D World did, I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. I know 3D Land did for sure, because I played 3D Land quite a bit more. But anyway, meet the first boss of the game, the first of the Koopalings. They were first introduced in this game, and there are 7 of them in total. As you can guess, there's 1 Koopaling for each world, and for the most part, all their tactics are exactly the same. They'll shoot energy blasts at you, and they'll jump across the room. Boop one in the head 3 times until they die. Pick up the wand, and that will be level complete.
Okie dokie. Ah, where'd the ship go? Ah, Mario! Oh no!
Don't worry, Luigi's gonna be fine. He's just gonna land in the castle, and Bob is your uncle. And we freed the first of the kings of each of the many kingdoms. And as you can guess, what's this? Letter from the princess? Yes, Princess Peach has not been captured in this game. What? That's right, Princess Peach is not the person we're rescuing through the majority of the game. It's insane. We're just rescuing the kings instead. Anyway, that jewel that Peach gave us as well, we're going to see more of that later on. It's one of the most useful items in the game. So yeah, with that folks, I'm going to call it a part here. So thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish people, when we return next time, we'll be taking on the World 2 of the game. Thanks for watching, see you after. Bye!